Russia says it battles saboteurs in cross-border raid from Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
Kyiv, May 22. Ukraine said its forces north and south of Bakhmut were advancing on Monday, to entrap Russians inside the ruined city that Moscow says it captured over the weekend after Europe's bloodiest battle for ground troops since World War II. Moscow says capturing Bakhmut now opens the way to further advances in eastern Ukraine. Ukraine says its advance on the Russian forces' flanks was more meaningful than its withdrawal inside the city, and Russian reinforcements sent to hold Bakhmut will weaken Moscow's lines elsewhere. Wagner Group mercenaries likely secured the western administrative borders of Bakhmut city while Ukrainian forces are continuing to prioritize counterattacks on Bakhmut's outskirts, the Institute for the Study of War think tank said on Monday. The battle inside Bakhmut so far has been led by Wagner, a private Russian army whose leader Yevgeny Prigozhin has been issuing daily audio and video messages mocking the leadership of Russia's regular armed forces and accusing them of abandoning their flanks even as his own forces advanced. Moscow's defense ministry has acknowledged that some Russian troops fell back outside Bakhmut last week, but has denied Prigozhin's repeated assertion that the flanks were crumbling, or that the military had withheld ammunition from Wagner. Moscow has consistently portrayed Bakhmut as a vital strategic objective towards its aim of securing control over the eastern Donbass region of Ukraine it claims to have annexed last year.
This post received a score of 6,200, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Not so funny when little green men appear in your border towns, is it?
Yeah, take that, Russia. Sit on it and spin.
Isn't that supposed to be, swivel on it? Would make a great conversation piece.
Hey, I like swivel. Sit on it and spin was the expression I used in high school when I wanted to diss someone.
I use the same except it's sit on a cactus and spin.
Nice that they admit there's a border.
Now if they can prove they understand what is the purpose of the border.
The results of my afternoon referendum confirm that the Belgorod People's Republic is independent. RU cannot be allowed to interfere in internal affairs of a neighboring country, should respect the will of the people of Belgorod and must stop further escalating the conflict.
I would argue that your vote is nonsense since you didn't let the majority of residents vote and you don't control the regional capital, but apparently neither of those things are a requirement to annex an area. As such, I congratulate you on your new independence, Mr. President.
Thank you. I want to assure to all Belgorod citizens that I am committed to peaceful transfer of power. I also welcome all Russian citizens, especially those in uniform, to spend their vacation in our great nation. Glory to Belgorod.
There goes my hero, watch him as he goes.
Russia's getting pissy about the people they declared war on fighting back. Yes, it wasn't meant to work both ways. Did they forget to mention that at the start?
I thought Ukraine was supposed to kindly ask Daddy Vladdy for their cities back. Fighting is so uncivil. After all, Russia is only trying to help.
It's more like fishing than fighting. Fishing is supposedly fair, despite the fish not getting a rod.
It's a special fishing operation. Wait, why are the fish fighting back?
Russia is going to be dealing with this forever. Cells for terrorism like the Chechnya groups in the 90s and early 2000s. And #X200B. They are going to have massive internal issues, bombings, shootings, but hey, they asked for it.
Funny, when you try to mash together a bunch of disparate peoples into a country held together by tyranny and force, but lose your power elsewhere, said people start to fight for freedom. Nobody could have seen this coming.
The guys who started a war show do complain a lot. Eat it, fascists.
The Russians are being invaginated. It's a perfectly valid word, stop sniggering.
Bully says kid they were bullying dared to fight back by returning their punches.
Nah. That's just your own people fed up with your shit. Take some responsibility for once. Yah fucking joke of a government.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.